Friends, welcome back to
This Happened.
I'm James Owen Brown.
I'm Autumn Brown.
And this
happened.
Am I starting? A man lived for half a year with a phone in his stomach.
Oh my goodness. What kind of phone?
I heard it was a Nokia.
Like a brick?
Yeah, one of those brick Nokias that you can't break it. You can't.
I bet you could still get calls.
Yeah, probably. It's ringing in his belly. That's probably. He went to the hospital complaining of abdominal pain. For some reason, he had abdominal pain. Imagine living every day, like anything that was wrong with you whatsoever, you'd be like, oh my god, it's because I ate that telephone. This is it. This is the death wheeze. And apparently the man was too embarrassed to go to the hospital.
What was he thinking, eating a phone? Like, how did you even swallow that?
I have no idea. I don't know how you,
like the
like
Nokia
a snake, you'd
was,
have to like push that down your throat.
Like the Nokia, like I'm assuming it's one of these ones. Like the little ones that you played Snake on.
I think so.
Yeah, like I couldn't
swallow it. I don't know. Maybe it was a bet. I gotta believe it was a bet or something. I don't know. I have no idea. So they diagnosed him with intestinal and abdominal infections, and then when they took an X-ray, they were shocked to discover a Nokia phone in this man's stomach that he apparently ingested 6 months ago. It's believed he'll make a full recovery.
Well, that's great. So a man tried to rob a bank after paying $500 to a wizard to make him invisible. So this Iranian man made the mistake of trusting a fake sorcerer who convinced him that he was invisible and could rob banks safely. The man explained to the court that he had paid 5 million reals, which is like 500 American dollars, who in return gave him a set of spells to tie to his arm. The fake sorcerer explained to him that his spells would make him invisible and that he could rob all the banks that he wanted. So it all went bad when he went into a bank and started grabbing money out of people's hands because he thought he was invisible. So I guess the customers who could clearly see pinned him down. And so he was really embarrassed, and so he went to, when he was at court, and he said at court, I made a mistake and now I understand what a big trick was played on me.
Now, who among us hasn't made this mistake? You know, you go to your local wizard, he sells you a bill of goods, and he can't deliver because, you know, there wasn't enough Eye of Newt or whatever it was. Who hasn't been grifted by a wizard? Let's be honest with ourselves.
Oh my goodness.
Incredible. That is incredible. Yeah. What world does that person live in where not only are spells real, but you could just get some 500 American, bucks. That's what, like $750 Canadian. If I paid $750, I'd expect my spell to work. And then when I show up at the bank, I look like an idiot.
You look like an idiot.
I look like a complete idiot in front of the customers there and the police. What a mess.
Awesome.
But I feel for that guy. That's a mistake we've all made and a lesson we've all had to learn. The police are hunting for a woman who disappeared with $10 million in cash.
Tell me more.
Poof. Out. I'm out. So this woman worked for a cash handling company. So she's one of the people when you see the Brinks truck go by, fill up the bank machines and that.
Yeah.
She puts the money in the bags.
Okay.
And then I guess somebody comes and puts the bags
in the truck
onto the truck.
Okay.
So instead of putting the bags in the pile to go onto the truck, she put the bags in her own car.
I mean, that's an easy mistake.
Well, who's to say? Everyone has a bag. There's bags all over.
All over. There's just all over.
I lost track of what bags. And yeah, so she got away with $10 million and basically hasn't been seen since.
Well, you know, the fun part of this story, too, is that not only does she now have $10 million, she's also pretty good looking. Like, yeah, the pretty standard blonde, right? And so now she's $10 million richer somewhere out there. And
she's at the beach.
I bet she's at a beach.
She's at
Have
the
we
beach
tried
somewhere.
looking at the beach?
None of the other employees noticed. And it was 4 days until anyone even realized that the money was gone. And the police are unsure as to why the CCTV at the office wasn't turned on that day.
Well, inside job.
Well, yeah, she worked there. She probably just went and shut off.
Did anyone else quit immediately after?
She probably just shut off the power bar to the cameras, and that was it. I'll just put these bags. These are my bags from home.
These are my bags.
I came with this cash.
I love it. Councils to stop paying wizards $16,000 a year after 23 years on the payroll. So there's a place called Christchurch City in New Zealand.
Oh.
And for the past 23 years, they've been paying a wizard.
Well,
to walk around and do wizard things, I guess.
now this isn't the same wizard.
No, well, maybe
that grifted the other fella,
that'd
is
be
it?
amazing if it was.
I mean, if I lost my position, $16,000 a year.
$16,000 a year
For 23 years
to do wizard stuff.
to do wizard
Actually,
stuff.
acts of wizardry
Acts of wizardry.
in the
Okay.
city. Yeah, so I guess the council had a meeting with him, and they let him know that they were letting him go, and he's no longer the local wizard.
Well, what's he supposed to do now? Now, did he have an outfit, do you think?
Oh yeah, no, he had a full-on outfit.
He's a
I'll
full-on
post,
wizard.
Yeah, he was a wizard.
Like a tunic and...
He had like a staff
Oh, wow.
and everything. He's a full-on wizard. Yeah.
Do you figure he also had like a staff, like a
Yeah, he
group
did.
of people?
Oh, no. I think he was like Merlin. He just was there, and the council...
Leave me alone, I'm doing my spells. Magic. Now this lady... First of all, this lady saw Bigfoot.
Of course she
Walking in the woods, sees Bigfoot. Gets a picture. I think it was actually her daughter. Got a picture of Bigfoot. And they also got a plaster mold of some footprints. Bigfoot prints.
Well, because what I keep in the car is plaster
Yeah,
for
you
making
gotta-
molds
What if you run across Bigfoot?
all the time.
What if you run across an alpha male Sasquatch
Alpha male.
looking at you from behind a tree?
Amazing.
So this woman now, upon seeing Bigfoot, realizes that there is more to life than this.
Oh.
She decides she doesn't want to be with her husband anymore. and that she needs to make better decisions about her health and her diet. She loses 125 pounds
125 pounds.
and then gets a divorce.
And leaves her husband because she saw Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, because the fact that she saw Bigfoot
Life
proves
changing.
that there is more to life. Now, she saw Bigfoot a second time in a different,
I haven't even seen him once.
in a different state and whatnot.
Oh.
Like the first time was in
So it's a
California.
different Bigfoot.
The second time was in Washington. And
that's other side, right?
yeah, it's not close at all. Like it's not the same Bigfoot. Like
No.
let's be realistic. So she again gets a video and shows it to a park ranger who immediately
She gets a video this time.
She gets a video.
Okay.
And she shows it to a park ranger who immediately tells her that's a bear.
Yeah,
That is 100% without a doubt a bear.
a bear. That's
So
not a
she's
Bigfoot.
like, okay, well, I have this other footage
Nice.
and that my daughter got.
Okay.
And you can look at that and tell
Yeah.
me that's not a Sasquatch. He looks at it, that's a bear. Immediately, that's a bear. And she's like, but I lost. she freaks, right? But I lost all this weight because I saw, and then she's
left
like,
my
why
husband."
why are there so many bears in this park? Are you guys not doing your job? She leaves, goes to a lawyer. She's suing the California National Park officials for not doing their jobs. I wish her good luck. Yeah. She said they're supposed to be there to protect the public. They're not doing their jobs. If I can save one life, it'll be worth it.
One life. Now, save them from bears or from Sasquatch?
Well, I assume it has to be bears. What I think has happened is that she got really angry about the fact that it wasn't Sasquatch, and then she just, when like people are irrationally angry, they just say whatever, and they're like, well, why are there even so many bears? Whose job is that? But yeah, apparently she said, looking at the creature, there's so much to life that we don't know. Life is so beautiful and I'm wasting my years, she says. I lost 125 pounds, decided to get a divorce, and it motivated me to chase my dreams and live my life. Until I found out it was all BS. Now I'm suing California.
Everyone. I'm suing everyone. Amazing. Well, I have one.
Okay.
All right. So this one's for the boys. Testicle bath wins Dyson Award for innovation birth control for men. Innovation birth control for men. That's weird to say.
Go on.
So this woman named Rebecca in Germany, she was thinking one day about men's contraceptives, and she was like, I'm gonna come up with something. So I'm gonna post a picture of it here-ish.
Typical woman, always trying to control a man's body. Unbelievable. The nerve.
So she came up with this little mini kind of eye-esque, like Apple-esque device that you plunk your testicles in, and it gives it a little sauna.
I would call it eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
But like the letter I. Eyeballs.
Eyeballs. So what it does is, when you're trying to get pregnant, you want to keep your husband out of the sauna. But so this is the opposite effect. You just plunk them in.
Oh.
Like, I'm not sure if you squat and like dangle them in, or I'm trying to be serious about this. I read all this stuff and it's so crazy. So that you plunk your balls in, you leave them in. The first time you have to have a doctor there with you, I guess, so you don't boil them.
Yeah, I don't want to go overboard on the ball sauna.
So, but after like 30 minutes or something of boiling your boys.
30 minutes? Boiling?
Yeah, well, not boiling, just heating up to a temperature. You're good for 6 months. There's no more swimmers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for 6
Not
months.
bad.
So every 6 months, you do a little dunk in the little weird, it looks like a clawfoot bathtub mini.
Oh.
And
I'll just straddle that.
you just straddle that.
And kind of just like teabag in and out of the boiling sauna. Nude, I guess, in the living room where there's
Maybe
enough
you just
room.
wear a t-shirt and black socks.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of room if I'm gonna, dunk my satchel.
Yeah, it won an award. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's called COSO, COSO, and it lasts for 6 months.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, she didn't win the overall award. Apparently, there's like a whole step ladder to these awards, and then Jimmy Dyson. I don't know if that's his name. I think his name's Jim, but I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, and that's fine. But I'm gonna call him Jimmy. Jimmy Dyson gets to decide, and I would bet money on the fact that the ball sauna isn't gonna win. But I think any way that if guys could just keep their legs closed, there'd be way less problems in this world.
get a vasectomy. So on TikTok, do you know TikTok?
I've heard of this thing. They call it this. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Time travelers are making contact with the rest of us
It's amazing.
via TikTok. They've chosen to go with TikTok as the platform of choice.
I mean, why not?
Now, this person knows about aliens. Aliens are like coming. They are coming. There's
Nice.
going to be multiple interdimensional wars.
Interdimensional wars.
Yeah, multiple.
They're coming.
Mhm.
The aliens are coming, and we're gonna have multiple.
Eventually, it's not going to be a big deal for aliens to just walk among us.
It's not a big deal now.
And they are 7'4".
Oh shit!
Yeah, they have long-shaped skulls.
Oh, like the crystal skulls?
Yeah, I would assume. And dark gray complexion. So I assume they're like the grays.
They're the grays.
But they're giant.
Giant grays, so they're not the
Yeah.
little friendly ones.
Yeah, I always when I think of grays, they're kind
they're
of little,
like little
to
and
me.
they are
Yeah.
lanky and just giant grays. See, that's a little bit more scary than the little ones. Like, I feel like I could take on like 3 or 4 little grays, but a 7-foot one.
7'4". And like,
Screwed.
is that the average? Some of them are
That's pretty specific,
8,
actually.
6.
Like
Yeah.
7'4".
Hmm.
Like that's like saying all men are 5'10". That's just not true. Like
Now-
they can't be all that same height.
No, you wouldn't. No, they can't all be.
See, and that's where this TikTok user loses me. Because 7'4", I don't know. Interdimensional wars, I'm in. Fine, sure. But all of them are 7'4".
Somebody asked in a comment, do we win the interdimensional war? And he said no, absolutely not. Like the first one, we absolutely lose.
Oh shit. Well, that's not
Yeah.
good.
So
When are they coming?
we don't know, but we do know where he's from.
Where's
he
he
was born on Saturn.
Shit.
Human. He like born human on Saturn,
Oh, nice.
and he's from 2491.
2491.
So it might not be for a bit yet.
Now, I'm gonna look it up, and people can tell me if and when I'm wrong. Isn't Saturn just like mostly like gas?
I think
and
it's
stuff?
just gas.
Yeah, that's
At least the rings are for sure.
all
I
right.
feel like it's mad gaseous and can't support humanity.
All right.
But come 2491, we'll have the colonies and the bubble. It'll be like Risa over there.
An angry tortoise set a house fire.
A house fire.
House fire. An angry British tortoise managed to set his house on fire on Christmas Day last year.
On Christmas?
Yeah, and when he was rescued, he didn't look thrilled. Now I do have a picture of said tortoise, and he looks like he was trying to burn down the house.
Arson as a tortoise is not ideal. Because you set your fire and everything's great. Now you're like, all right, I got to get the hell out of here.
This story reminded me of Stewie and Family Guy.
Yeah.
And the angry tortoise.
Yeah.
It was just a real life situation. I guess he knocked over one of his heating lamps. You need heating lamps for them, and he just set the room ablaze.
That's how easily it could happen.
And the neighbors called, and so I guess this tortoise is 45 years old.
Wow.
And
Seniority.
yeah, well, he was pissed too. So I guess yeah, so that's fun. The tortoise trying to light a house on fire on Christmas.
On Christmas.
On Christmas. This guy named Joshua gets a phone call from his boss, and it's like, we're gonna have to have a meeting, and he gets like an official email, and it's like, you need to come to this meeting. So he thought one of two things was gonna happen: is he was getting a promotion, which would, be awesome,
Terrific.
or he was getting fired. So what he did was he hired himself a $200 support clown.
A clown. A support clown.
A support clown. So he brought the support clown to the meeting, which he was fired at. Obviously. Yeah, so he paid this clown $200 to come. When his boss fired him, the clown mimed crying. Well, the boss slid him his "you're fired" papers. Yeah, and then he decided to do unicorn balloons, poodles, and other animals to lighten the mood.
Yeah, why not? That's
Yeah.
what you're there for. You're there for levity.
He actually is like, you can do this, and he hired the most expensive clown that he could get. I believe this guy's from Australia,
Oh.
and I think that was amazing.
I want to be an emotional support clown. I think I'd be good at that.
You can be my emotional support clown.
I want to get the $200.
You're not getting anything.
Is there
So,
a class I can take to be an emotional support clown?
like Krusty's School for Clowning?
Yes,
Okay.
very much like
Yeah,
that.
I'll pay.
What would I have to do? You know, appease the boss?
Can you make one
little
balloon
jokes.
animal?
Absolutely, I can.
I've never seen you make a balloon animal.
Well, I'm not given the opportunity that often, but I'm quite the balloon animal maker. Friends, if space is infinite in all directions, then right now,
You are the center of your own universe.
I can make balloon animals.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I can make a dog.
I've been with
I probably
you
have to-
for 12 years, and you've never made me a balloon animal.
No, I never had balloons.
Well, why wouldn't
And
you
the
get...
thing to blow them up.
Thanks for tuning in. We're going to keep trying to make these. They're so much fun. We're going to try to up it to 2 times a week.
We are.
Yeah, we are. Special thanks to our 3 fans. We have 3. Special shout out down here. Remember to like and subscribe. Ring the notification bell. And remember, he wants to be famous.
I need it.
He needs it.
Click it.
Click the button, yo. All right. Bye.
Bye.